All right, guys. So I am recording the weekly watch list for this week. I am traveling again, so I'm trying to get this out early, and then should be on normal schedule next week. But just want to take a look at the markets here. So we can see QQQ um, outperforming on Friday, nearing that 2.5 ATR. It might be because it was lagging previously, and we are at the 2.5 ATR extension, the profit taking area for QQQ and SPY. Okay. So as we can see, there's that. And then, but so far, so good. Daily squeeze firing off to the long side. We don't necessarily want to get aggressively long here, but we have to take note that the momentum is still to the upside. We had a buy signal, we had a squeeze, and it's firing to the upside. So we kind of have to lean on that, right? We have to be able to trade that idea because clearly that's what's happening. Um, we don't want to just get bearish. Like, for example, this is when you want to stop adding longs and then you wait for the pullback and then you wait for the re-entry and the breakout. So you kind of wait, you continue to play the momentum, plain and simple, right? So we go until we get like a sell signal or something like that. Ethereum had a nice daily buy and breakout. It looks like it's just consolidating. Today's Saturday, so not too much volume coming in on this. Same thing with Bitcoin. Now, I do think the Bitcoin stocks, or well, just crypto, I mean, are setting up in some nice patterns here. We can see we had a range breakout here on Bitcoin, and we had a buy signal, and now we're moving to the upside, which looks pretty good here. Ethereum has kind of been a leader recently, and so we've only gotten some daily buys on this one, formed this tight range, and then had a nice breakout on Thursday going into Friday. And then other ones like Doge is having a breakout. You can see here on the weekly chart, we had this tight range that we formed, and then we broke out of that and saw a really nice move to the upside this past week. I haven't checked Solana and things like that. So Solana had a nice range breakout on the weekly. Yep, we had a daily buy signal there, and we're pushing higher. Um, XRP, this one's looking pretty good. I like this. We're bouncing at support, so actually this might not be too bad. Maybe a pullback this week. We look to enter. We broke this big flag pattern. It looks like potential break and retest here. So looking pretty good, pretty decent here. Okay. So yeah, a lot of crypto is setting up. So just keep that in mind. Tesla finally got the breakout to the upside, broke 350 and pretty much immediately went to 400. So I mean, we're just shy of 400, but chart looks great. And we're just getting started. This has not even fired to the upside yet. So great looking chart, clean breakout. Nice one there. Our Google position is continuing to just push, and we bought it right around here. We're up about 36% on this here. So nothing to say about that. Momentum on the squeeze, still going to the upside. We're still on the backs of this monthly squeeze. So let this thing play out. It is getting extended, so you could take some profits here, but might be better to just trail this one to the upside. Okay. And it was a nice entry right here, and we've been holding ever since. So Meta. So I haven't taken a look at Meta actually. Haven't checked this one in a minute, but this chart looks good. Definitely should keep an eye on this one and look for a breakout here or above 760 as we're bouncing off the weekly 9. So Meta looks really good here. I like it, like the chart. Um, yeah, 760 seems to be a pretty key level here. So go ahead and mark that out. Probably the best way to play it would be Met U, which let's go to daily. This even so is kind of a slow mover, only 3.5%. But yeah, chart looks good. You might want to, this might just be like a long-term trade that you take and trade that one. So keep an eye on that. Bouncing off the weekly nine, and you can see that's kind of acted as support all the way through. And this most recent rally, Apple pull back to the weekly nine, holding up. This one looks great. On the monthly chart, we have monthly buys. So this one looks excellent for continuation to the upside. I do think we'll see a new all-time high on Apple. Um, any others to really talk about here? Not really. Uh, our position in IONQ is doing excellent. We're up about 30-ish% on this one. We entered on this day right here. We got an entry right around 43.21, and we took our first trim at $50, just above $50, and now we're just holding on to the remaining. Great breakout, huge volume. You can see 356%. That's a massive amount of volume. Um, and yeah, so I'm looking for this one to continue to break out. And we have a weekly chart here that had weekly buy signals. So just continuing to hold this one. This is a big winner for us this week. Looks awesome. Made it into new all-time highs. 18% day on Friday. Uh, let's see here. And then it was a 7% day the prior day before that. Yeah, great breakout. And you can see the weekly buys. We had daily buys. This thing just looked awesome. So big breakout, awesome move. Okay. So we can continue through on the watch list here. So this one, nothing really on that one. Okay, so Hims has a weekly buy signal here. I'd like to get a better entry. Not necessarily loving the entry here, so I'm just going to keep an eye on this and see if we can maybe get some sort of better entry here on this. Don't have a setup necessarily at this point for a good risk to reward entry. So kind of being patient on that. I'd like to see a couple days of sideways, something like that for me to get an entry. Dave. So this one has weekly setup. I think it's either going to go from here or we could trade sideways, and I'd like to try and get a better entry on this one as well. But this is one of the top priority ones. Financial stocks are looking good. Like, so if you look at this is kind of a telling sign. We had a pull red week on Affirm, which is one of the leaders in this payment sector, or online payments, and then UPST also pulling back, and this is one of the worst of them. So I wouldn't be trading this one. And then Dave has had a green week and outperforming. Let's take a look at XYZ. Yeah, that one had a red week as well. So yeah, Dave is clearly outperforming. So if we start to get a bid in this sector, we should see a nice move in this group. So keep an eye on Dave. Um, Rocket Lab, I missed this one, unfortunately. I was not on the screens. I was golfing and I was looking for a breakout on this one above 50 and clearly had a nice breakout. But so that one kind of just got to take off the list. Didn't catch it, but good to look at. Weekly nine bounces with buy signals. Clean setup. PSIX. So this is a newer name for me, but they have great earnings and growth here. So you can see we've been holding this weekly nine. We're bouncing off the weekly nine, kind of forming this flag, increasing volume on the move up. We've got daily buy signals, and we're getting tight here. So looking for a breakout and then a move maybe to $100 and through that level. So this is a top watch for next week for sure. So mark that $100 level. If we can break out of this range, that looks great. OUST, I'd like this one to tighten up, but same concept, holding the weekly nine. As long as we hold this, I'd like to see, okay, can we tighten up and catch a breakout on this one. Solar stocks. So this one is not necessarily holding up the best, but if we can get a bounce off the weekly nine, similar to we had here, I'd like to trade it. FSLR, this one's holding up a bit better than the rest. So FSLR, NXT, um, these ones look good for upside. I think solar might be my favorite one, or first solar, just because we're above that 200 psych level. We've been testing it and testing it. That's a clear over under level. And if we can get a breakout, I think this thing should push. And the whole group is trying to set up as well. So keep an eye on that. And then keep an eye on the other names in the group. MP. So this one is just holding the weekly nine, forming a tight range. So this is a good risk to reward entry right around here if we can start to move higher above 65. And then China. So we're in yen, which we bought back here. So we're up really nice on this one. About 35% on this. We are in Baba. Great looking chart as well. We bought this around 120. So awesome looking chart there. So 100 or about 31% there. And so now I'm keeping an eye on Futu. So I did miss this trade here. I was pretty sad about it, but clean chart with a really nice breakout to the upside. So I like this one. I want to keep an eye on it. Price is getting tight. We've got daily buy signals here. We're a little far from the weekly nine, which I don't love, but this is one of the leaders in China, and China is rocking and rolling. So, um, yeah, I want to keep an eye on this one. Do have to pay attention. Okay, so here's all-time highs. So do we fail before we go and fall back to the weekly nine before we go to all-time highs? Maybe. I don't know. But you can see prices getting really tight here. And I think that we can get a nice entry and risk to reward opportunity and look for a move in all-time highs. And then potentially it'll be a blow off top. So keep an eye on this one. Really good looking chart, and we can look to trade that. So that's my watch list. Oh, and one more, NNE. This is a laggard. I'd rather trade OKLO, but didn't trade that one. NNE, tight price action here. We're forming this tight range, so if we can break out on this one, we could see a pretty quick move to the upside, but this is not one of my top priority ones. This is just one to pay attention to. But all right, guys, hope this helps. Thank you guys for watching, and talk to you soon.